Wow, unreal. My gosh. This is amazing! I feel incredible! Yes, 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 yes! I can win! I feel great! I can do this! Ugh. Yes! I'm home! I'm alive! This is all a miracle! I'm awake! I'm wide awake! Hang on, Gohan! Here I come!
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Trip Around Multiverse with your host, the guy who decided to name himself after his race, Carl Charles, and...
and the alien who combined with his other half of himself to become the full version of himself, CY-chan.
That's so stupid as well.
yeah. No, but amazing at the same time, right? I have to say, the retcon of how they fixed it and then did it, I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah, like, it kind of makes sense now, but why did you do this in the first place? But sure.
Yeah.
Yes, and we are talking about everyone's favourite green Namekian, you know all Namekians are green.
Yeah.
Piccolo. And this is Piccolo Jr., not the one from Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Not Demon King Piccolo. However, I will say this, right?
Yeah.
So you notice in Dragon Ball, most of them are named after foods. Yeah. Now, some of the characters are named after foods, like all the Saiyans are named after vegetables.
Yeah.
And this guy is named after I didn't know where the naming system was with this, because Toriyama just gets his names as things from, like, Bulma was named after, and her family's named after underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you got Trunks, you got Dr. Briefs, you got Tights.
Yeah.
Right, and you got Bra, Bulla, but
yeah,
they're gonna exactly. They're gonna do that in the children's cartoon in the US. Yeah. So I was like, what's the name system for this? But then obviously when you go back to Dragon Ball, and when Demon King Piccolo births out his other sons, his son's Preta Piccolo, or no, his reincarnation, they're called Drum and Tambourine. So you're like, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, it's like, okay, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but there's also a coffee named Piccolo.
Oh. Yeah,
there's a coffee. You know how they got cappuccinos? There's a coffee style drink. Named Piccolo. So it would have been funny if they were named after coffees. That'd have been something else, right?
Yeah, it'd be quite funny. Yeah.
You know what? Have you ever seen Drum and Tambourine and the other ones?
Not to my memory, no.
They don't look like Piccolo.
Oh.
They don't even look like Demon King. I think they're green, all right, fair enough. They look like Demon King Piccolo, but they got like wings and they look like dragons or something.
Oh, yeah. Now you said that, yeah, I remember them.
Yeah, I was like, all right, so why is your quote unquote sons this, right?
Yeah.
But I suppose if you're gonna and when he got killed, he spat an egg out which had Piccolo Jr. in it.
Yeah.
So why is I guess he reincarnated himself, right?
I guess.
Yeah. So technically speaking, from that point where Piccolo Jr. was born, who we'll refer to as Piccolo, because Demon King Piccolo is what we refer to the other guy as.
Yeah.
He's like during the during the Tenshinkai Budokai.
Yeah.
Where Goku's 18 now, from 15 to 18.
Yep.
And Piccolo Jr. is only 3 years old.
Yes, yeah.
He's beating up a child? Kind of. And where was he during those 3 years in the wilderness, when he was waiting for Goku to How did he grow up so quickly?
Yeah, because I was about to say that's kind of something they mess up on it, don't they? Because it takes Dente ages to grow to being somewhat looking like a teenager. Yeah,
I think what he's gonna say, because he's a reincarnation of Piccolo, he's I don't know. Biologically, he's aging to his peak age. I don't know. They don't really explain it, but like you say, they wouldn't have had much problems.
Nope.
If they didn't bring Dende into the equation all of a sudden.
Yeah. He's a kid.
Yeah.
He's roughly the same age as Gohan, roughly, isn't
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is funny as well because did you watch the end of end of Dragon Ball where Goku had the fight with Piccolo?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. That was quite a long, quite a mini episode fight, by the way.
Yeah.
But it was a brutal one at that as well. When he appeared as Ma Junior.
Yeah.
To enter the tournament, right? And he was harsh to people, man.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, he needs to get beat up. Obviously, Goku's going to be the one doing the beating. But still. But they had it come in as a major threat. Had a good battle, right? Which Goku finally, he broke Goku's legs, right?
Yeah.
And then Goku did a Kamehameha. I think during this fight, Goku did a Kamehameha through his feet.
Yeah.
To fly.
Right. Sure. I guess.
Yeah, I think it was to fake fly, and then he actually, I was like, all right, but I've never seen him do that again. But whatever.
Because they realised that makes no sense.
Yeah. So Piccolo gets beat up, right? And then Goku decides, you know what? I ain't gonna kill. I'm beat up as well, but I ain't gonna kill him. Someone give him a senzu bean, and you're like, Goku, I want to slap you across the head because you did this. No, this is maybe one of the first times he's done it, but every single time since.
Yep, they're like, oh, classic stupid Goku.
Yeah.
A person who tried to kill me multiple times. I'm gonna give him a senzu bean.
Yeah.
Because they may be redeemable.
Well, to be fair to him, most of the time they are, but.
Well, how many times?
Well, it's Piccolo, Vegeta, not Cell, of course, no. But yeah, I think it's more of an exaggeration than an actual. He does it a lot of times, but it's just like sometimes you don't. You should not.
Yeah. Well, technically, Frieza as well, but minus Zenzu being, he goes, "I'll give you enough energy to go to the planet."
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what happened to Piccolo for them 4 years after he got beat up by Goku?
He was sitting in a forest dwelling on his mistakes.
He was sitting in the forest meditating, thinking, how am I gonna kill that guy Goku? Yeah. And then what happens is he actually does end up killing him because he gives the special beam cannon through Raditz that Goku was holding in the full Nelson. And then he's like, no, I killed my greatest enemy. What I'm going to do, I'm going to terrorize his son, his 4-year-old son.
Yeah.
All right.
That makes sense. Yeah, sure.
To be fair, he wasn't terrorizing him. He was trying to train him for the Saiyan thingamajig. But, yeah. As a character, though, yeah. What... they built him as a big threat, right? But then they kind of... After a while, after what, would you say... after the Android saga, that's when he became less useful. Not yet less useful, but more of a background character.
Yeah, I'll say after that. Yeah, actually, we wouldn't say background character. He wasn't. He went from like A character to a B character rather than.
Well, yeah.
Like I'll say, like Yamcha Tien, they're like C or D.
Okay.
Like because they really do nothing, don't they?
Yeah.
You know.
I think they always try to keep Piccolo. No, they. Okay, so I was going to say they always try to keep him relevant, right? But that's not just power level wise. I think later on in the Majin Buu saga, they were trying to use his wisdom, and his background as a strategic fighter.
Yeah.
Right? But so Piccolo. Okay, so the nameless and Namekian, the initial version, split himself into Kami and Demon King Piccolo.
Yeah.
And you probably didn't realize this, but there's the symbol on Kami's gi is God.
Okay.
In the kanji, and the one on Demon King Piccolo is it's like demon but evil spirit, that sort of thing. Yeah. So it's like, oh well, a bit on the nose exactly what they are, but that's fair enough. And Piccolo himself didn't have one, but when he was called Ma Junior, though, I was like, oh okay, they're using the phonetic of what that symbol is to call him. But isn't that because it's Japanese? When you'd be like, all right, so if this is Demon King Piccolo and that guy's called when you put the pieces together, though, I suppose it'd be even worse if he called himself Piccolo Jr. and he'd be like straight up, that's it. But when you realize, wait a minute, this is a green guy looking like young version of Piccolo. How many green guys are on the planet? You know?
Yeah. It's like put two and two together, kind of get the same person. Like, sure, all right, well.
Yeah. So he split into Kami and Demon King Piccolo. Then he got killed. Demon King Piccolo got killed, and he birthed out normal Piccolo, right? Yeah. Who was quite powerful, like when you compare to Goku. Like at that point, I think Goku was the most powerful in the series.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah.
So like Demon King, Piccolo Jr. was a decent threat to him. But then when Raditz came in and they had a double team to beat Raditz, and then they're like, oh, there's going to be people stronger. Yeah. I'm like, right, well, how do you keep pace with these people?
Yeah. You train. Yeah.
Well, you train, but when he got to King Kai's planet, when he got killed, or was sent to the other dimension, he just sat there meditating. Well,
I think that's how he gets stronger?
Yeah, well, yeah. No, well, yes, I do agree with you. But one thing is the logic of... So King Kai is teaching these people, trying to teach these people gravity fighting, whatever it is, right? Yeah. Because his planet's 10 times strong, the gravity. Yeah. Yet, he don't teach them Kaioken or nothing like that. Because it's Goku's transformation. I don't know exactly why. But it's just like... So you could have given these guys Kaioken to level up with Goku. And then later on when he has Super Saiyan, he's still a level above them. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Well, okay. If they had Kaioken, they'd be more useful in the series now, right?
Nah, because Kaioken's nothing now. You think about
it, but 10 times your power when you're... Okay, that's fair enough. I mean, to be fair, they're still beating up Frieza's forces without having to Kaioken, so... but yeah, so Piccolo's had a good couple of power-ups.
Yep.
When he fused with Nail, that's one, right?
Yeah. He became super Namekian.
Yeah.
Wait, was it like super Namekian or he was? Yeah, some
name. Yeah, exactly. He got the power. It's amazing.
Yeah. Wow, this is great. You know.
Yeah. And then he fights Frieza, who, you know what? I thought he was doing quite well against Frieza. But then when they're like, yeah, Goku's in the chamber, and there's going to be yeah. And Frieza's like, well, this is my third transformation. Or was it second at that point?
Yeah, and they're like, oh, no.
Yeah, I was like, well, boy, if you're struggling now...
Yeah, wait the next form.
Yeah, exactly. Not only that, but it's just even when Gohan had his potential unlocked and Krillin.
Yeah.
And then the three of them, I was like, okay, maybe, Piccolo's handling second form Frieza, right?
Yeah.
But when he goes to third form, you're like, even then with the Krillin, Gohan, and Piccolo, they were just all getting whooped.
Yep.
And I think you throw Vegeta in the mix.
Yeah.
With Dente being the mage, right?
Yeah. Kill me so I can get stronger and you can bring me back.
Yeah. But what's the funny thing is like, right, so I knew that I was like, watch this, I'm thinking, I'm pretty sure Goku hasn't even come in yet, right?
Yeah.
So they're gonna get the job done no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Even though which is like then not knowing the future Dragon Ball, be like I kind of gather that Goku's the main character. None of this is gonna be wrapped up before he gets out.
Yeah. But it would have been amazing. It would have been amazing if like for example they had Piccolo charging special beam cannon while the other two were three of them were trying to deal with Frieza, and then he just murders Frieza with it, and then Goku comes out of the chamber like, huh?
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, guys, okay, fair enough, I guess. I mean,
See, the only time they sort of done that in Dragon Ball, where they was waiting for Goku to come back, and then he didn't end up beating the person they needed. He didn't end up beating the person was when Trunks came.
Yeah. But even that, so when Frieza came back, but even then Frieza wasn't really the main threat. Because it was leading to the androids instead.
Yeah, but like if you didn't know that, you'd be like, oh wow, Goku. They didn't need Goku. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But then you get told, oh, something worse is coming. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great. Great.
So he combined with Nail to power up, and then and then later on the Android saga, where they were making a mockery of everyone, and where
you got that also during the time Train for Android saga, he did learn how to drive, sort
of. Yeah. What? Non-canon or?
Actually? Oh no. He learned to drive, but he didn't actually pass his test. That's why he made the joke in Super, innit? That he never actually passed the test.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was okay. Flying planes and flying cars, I thought were different, but
I guess not in their world. No.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but yeah. Then he combined with Kami to become the nameless Namekian. So inside Piccolo is like Nail, Kami, and Piccolo.
Yeah.
So Piccolo's the dominant personality.
Yeah, so he calls himself the Namekian.
Yeah. And he had this really good fight with Android 17.
Oh, the Android 17? Yeah.
Which I think he did, like, so
and
Android 17.
And he had a pretty decent fight with Imperfect Cell as well.
Yeah. Where he lost his arm and then he just made Cell just chat so much rubbish and he was like, oh well, thanks for feeding me all the answers to my question. By the way, pop, and he just regenerates his arm. I'm like, this guy's
Then he kind of screwed everything up because then he showed Cell that he can do that because Cell has his DNA.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh no. But the only reason I thought, they powered him up, right? At this point, I just watched from Z, so I didn't know about Demon King Piccolo. But I was like, I think the only reason they power him up because Goku's now got Super Saiyan times 50 of his own power level, right? And they got to keep Piccolo relevant. So they merged him with Kami, with Nail, and with Kami. So he's capable of fighting these people. So did you think that when you watched it?
No, I just thought, I don't know, because I always kind of thought they were trying to keep Piccolo, keep Piccolo somewhat up there, keep the aliens strong, the humans, which they kind of did.
Yeah, well, it's one thing if they were leading towards it, right? And they're like, okay, we're going to have to, reintroduce the people to this is two separate sides of the same person. Though they do say that if Piccolo dies, the Dragon Balls die, and Kami dies. But you need a bridge somewhere between that, rather than Piccolo just appearing up the tower and go, yeah, the androids are here. We need to combine to be more powerful to fight them.
Yeah. They could have hints that ages ago, sort of thing. Not kind of make it up as they go along.
Yeah, and technically Toriyama does make up as he goes along.
Yeah, we all know that. Yeah.
But if you knew he was going to that point, at least he could have
hit into it way before.
Yeah,
that's a possibility.
Like when the Saiyans were coming to Earth, when Vegeta and Nappa would come to Earth, and then Kami speaks to Piccolo saying, we probably should combine for whatever, right? And then Piccolo say no, because of course he's not going to go back to merge with this weakling, because what power can you give me? You're nobody, right? He's pure arrogance at that point, right? But he's kind of semi-evil, right? So it would work there to say, okay, and then later on lead towards it a bit more.
Yeah, when he's come more, I want to say human, but more emotional.
After he sacrificed himself for Gohan.
Yeah. When he let humanity take control. We know, not humanity because he's not angry, but yeah.
But that would have been pre-planning 2-3 years in advance, right?
Yeah. Well, especially I guess because the whole original thing was that Dragon Ball was meant to end at the end of Frieza saga.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Well, no, okay. They're saying that the most logical place for it to end should have been where the Saiyan from the lowly countryside or wherever he was finally becomes the legend, the mythical legend, right? And that's a natural endpoint. But I don't know if that's where it was actually supposed to end.
Oh. I still think it would have been weird if it ended there. But yeah.
No, but it probably
makes sense. No. But then they leave more questions.
Well, no, I mean, I think when people say it should have ended there, what they mean is Goku comes back to Earth at some point and they kind of close up the saga.
Yeah.
Not like them introduce Trunks and then have things going on.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but I'm probably saying that because I went more of it, but yeah, I get what you mean.
But they build towards the legend of the the Super.
Yeah, the Super Saiyan, and it does kind of make sense and finish it there.
Because they had Vegeta come, and then they start introducing the myths of the Super Saiyan later on. Yeah. So you're like, all right, at least there's planning here, right?
Yeah. I'm like,
even though the planning was only to power. Here's the thing, right? When they started introducing power levels, and then you started having numbers. First of all, you're telling me, right? Goku and Piccolo are level 400 roughly, right? 480, 420 or whatever, right?
Yeah.
This is after they took their weighted clothing off, right?
Yeah.
I think they were 300 something before that.
Something like that, yeah.
And Raditz is 1,200.
Yeah.
But if you're telling me that's what their power level is, way back when Krillin was fighting Master Roshi in the tournament, so Krillin jumps up, Master Roshi jumps up, Jackie Chan, right? Jumps up, yeah? And then when they both land, Krillin flops on the floor. And then the commentator's like, what's going on here, right? And then Krillin gets himself up and dusts himself off and says, well, okay, see what happened, right? In that split second, we jumped there and you guys all blinked, right? We did many moves, right? They're just showing like flashbacks of slow motion of punching kicks of what they did, right? While everyone was just staring, right?
Yeah.
And then they landed between the jump, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, hold on a minute. If they can move that fast, that quick, at the power level of near enough the introduction of the series.
Yeah.
And then you're level up to 400. And then now you're like in the billions. You should be all sorts of crazy stuff going on.
Yeah. That's why power levels was cool and everything, but they got stupid, and now they realized that and just never mentioned it again.
Yeah. I think that's there should have been something, right? To like, okay, I'm gonna do power levels. All right, we're gonna have numbers here, yeah. But I think they start getting more impressive with the numbers, but not realizing how massive the jumps are going to be.
Yeah.
But like you say, they just like, oh, forget these numbers, forget them.
Yeah, it just makes no sense anymore. Forget it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like, I was like, okay, so they power up. The Goku needs to power up to Super Saiyan to beat up Frieza. That's the only way I was looking at it. That's why I used the 50 times multiplier. But then you're telling me that if Kami combined with Piccolo, if Kami combined with Piccolo straight off, right?
Yeah.
They wouldn't be at that Super Saiyan level because they still need Nail to combine to get to there, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was thinking, because I was like, so Kami combined with Piccolo and Nail.
Yeah.
To become the equal to roughly a Super Saiyan, right?
Yeah.
But let's just say, right? How do you think the saga would have been different if Piccolo decided, like, as the Saiyans were coming, and let's just say he did go to Kami's hideout, right? And he goes, we got to combine because them Saiyans are coming, and they're supposed to be like 4 times the power of Raditz, and Raditz like nearly murdered all of us. And then Kami says, all right, sure enough, we'll merge. How do you think that would have changed the entire saga?
I don't think it would have changed it.
Because he outright would have murdered Vegeta.
I don't know if that would. No, I don't know about that.
No, I think as the character he is then, right?
Oh yeah. I thought meant like power wise, pretty much would beat Vegeta, but
no. I think it would have probably been a decent fight, but he would have been. But if the merged Piccolo fighting Frieza at the beginning of the Saiyan saga, he would have wiped him. He'd have been like no prisoners.
Yeah, if he was strong enough. Yeah, I reckon that. Yeah.
Yeah. What you think if Piccolo and Kami combined at the beginning of the beginning of the Saiyan saga, Vegeta would still be a decent fight to them?
I think Vegeta would have been stronger, if I'm honest.
Oh really?
Yeah. Because like when you think about it, the only reason why their merger is so powerful is because, like you said before, he's got a nail in him, and Piccolo was strong at this point as well.
Okay, but fair enough.
Then he was like power level 400 or whatever. Then he merged with Kami. He's gonna be like, say, 10,000, but Vegeta was like 19,000 at that point, wasn't he? So
okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Maybe. I guess that's the power level thing that starts going a bit wacky.
Yeah.
Right. Because you're telling me then, right? I mean, I'm not throwing this logic back at you, but you're basically telling me, say, if Piccolo and Kami combined, and they're only about level 10,000.
Yeah.
And then when combined with Nail, they're gonna go to. So you remember Goku was like 100? Was it 1,500,000?
What we mean, Super Saiyan?
Yeah. So if Kami and Piccolo are only 10,000 and they combine with Nail, and they go to 1.5 million, that's great. That's a crazy jump.
I don't think they could though, because
that's what their combined power level was at the beginning of when we were finding the androids.
Who's combined power level?
Kami, Piccolo, and Nail. The combined Piccolo Junior.
Oh, but that's remember that's like 3 years later. Or how many years after the?
Oh, it's true. He had been training from that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Cool. What do you think of his personality?
Personality. I like. He's to me one of the only characters that's actually had a significant like character development. Because like he goes from being like murderous, I hate everything, to I tolerate people now, to I love humans. Sort of like over the course of
humans.
Thing. Yeah. Like no one else really evolved, apart from Vegeta as well. And everyone apart from Goku, like character evolves.
I did like Piccolo because he was the one the character who tell Goku straight, this is dumb.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But then I think Vegeta started taking over that role as well. So I was like, well, two of these guys roughly not roughly the same personality, because one was a bit more of a. They're both kind of like straight talkers, right?
Yeah.
But Vegeta is one of those ones that is a bit more arrogant in what he's saying. To like, all right, well, I'll to the point where, because he wants to fight anyways, he's like, I'll be aggressive, and if it gets them to fight, good, because I want to fight, right? Yeah. I think Piccolo is more. It'd be strategic with what he says sometimes, as it's fighting as well. So I did like that. He was I did like the character, the way they introduced the character. Like you're saying, if you're starting off like trying to murder the world and people in it, you can't really. You can tweak it without straying from how you were initially introduced. That's the best way I could put it. Though saying that, Vegeta basically murdered Nappa because he was a jabroni, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't beat this guy, I'll murder you. And then later, now look at him now.
Yeah. He's a loving father.
Yeah. To be fair, also he was consistent when he got hurt, right? When Krillin shot Vegeta, right, for Dente to heal, and then when Dente healed him. Right, Dente was like, I don't want to heal him. He's a bad man. And then when he healed him anyways, Vegeta just smacks him across the face. You little punk. I was like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Great stuff.
Yeah, kids after that.
yeah. And it's funny because when I know we're straying a little bit, but I just want to say, Vegeta, like, okay, so Vegeta's like to Trunks. This is in the Majin Buu saga. Trunks, if you can hit me, I'll take you to the park or something like that, right?
Yeah.
The Trunks powers up to Super Saiyan, right? He does manage to land the punch, like a very after a lot of dodging and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And then Vegeta just smacks him across the face, and Trunks is crying.
Yeah.
And then Vegeta's like, "Okay, Trunks, I'll take you to the park." I'm like, "What?" And then you beat up your son when he's an adult as well.
Yeah, we kind of.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
I mean, a future Trunks. He beats up future Trunks.
Yeah.
But but I always find they try and find a reason to keep Piccolo relevant. Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the end of when everyone's fighting Cell at the end. I mean, not everyone. Okay, hold on. When Gohan's fighting when everyone's just like, okay, Cell comes along, have the Cell games. I only really want to fight Goku though, because the rest of you jabronis, and like that doesn't help them. That doesn't help them make any of them look good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's a cartoon.
No, but it's just one of those things where, like, okay, it's I don't know. You want to say you phrase things differently, but you could just be like, all right, well, if he only wants to fight Goku, that means Vegeta and Piccolo are irrelevant to him. You know?
Well, technically they are, because his whole purpose is to kill Goku.
Oh, it's true. It's true. It's true. Yes, you're right. In my logic, I was like, well, he's there to fight everybody, right? He's the main villain of the arc. But no, actually, and even though he is the main villain of the arc, his purpose is to fight. He's created to fight Goku.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's why I was like, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. But I didn't like how. So at the end, to be fair, he's super. To be fair as well, Goku gave him a sense of being, and Cell was super perfect Cell, and then everyone was just jabronis to him.
Yeah.
And even the Cell Juniors were doing pretty good against everyone else.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know.
I got that because again, they're Cell's offspring, so it makes sense, especially Beam of Terror and all that.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey, it since you brought the logic of he's designed to fight Goku specifically, to me, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I'll actually let it slide a bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah. What do you think of so when it went to the next saga, the Majin Buu saga, is that directly after that?
Yeah. Well, yes, major saga, yeah, because you got the weird bit in between, where, like the dubbed version where they named the Great Saiyaman saga when Gohan was going to school and stuff. But yeah.
Oh yeah. You're right. But yes, but that's not really relevant to Piccolo.
No, it's not. It's not. But yeah, Majin Buu.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, though. Don't get how Piccolo's a logical guy, right? First of all, as well, I don't get why the reason why Vegeta wouldn't be trained. I know he's like, okay, Goku died protecting the world from Cell, therefore I will give him a warrior of ways. But it's like, no, Vegeta, that's a bit off key for your character. If anything, you'd be like, all right, who's the next most powerful person I can train with? I'll train with Piccolo then.
But then I see it as this. Like,
go on.
During the Cell saga, he realized, you know what, being a dad's important. So that's why he took a back burner to kind of training. And they're like, you know what, I have a kid now. I watched him die in the future. And I don't really want that to happen. So
okay. Yeah.
I'm a father. So.
All right. Fair enough. Yeah. Fair enough. But yeah. I'll also say Piccolo would be like to Gohan, look, yeah. Through these 7 years, or however long it is, right? Like, obviously, I won't know how long, right? But it's just like, all right, so Goku's dead, okay, but the threat might keep on coming. So you should occasionally keep your power up, even if you don't want to train further to this brutal training that they've been doing since he was a 4-year-old kid, right?
Yeah.
Like, we need to keep you in peak condition. So at least we have every so often we need to do something.
Yeah.
Obviously, I decided not to go that route for unknown reasons. Right, but
in the storyline, they kind of said why as well. Again, because remember, Goku and Gohan promised Chi-Chi once they beat Cell, Gohan's gonna focus more on his studies.
So I'll be saying all this time, right? That Gohan has stopped training and let the world go into disarray.
Yeah,
it's because Chi-Chi is at fault.
Yeah, but he doesn't really have disarray because he trains Goten in that. So.
That's true. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, but would you say Piccolo did a lot in the Majin Buu saga?
Oh, he did a bit. He did more in like the non-canon movies, but yeah, he did a bit.
I would say like he was more of the
elder statesman. Like,
yes. He'd be the one like going like. he's the one basically in control.
Yeah.
Telling people what to do. You know, like a bit. I want to say a bit like Batman, but what I mean is like Patrick Stewart, Charles Xavier / Batman. That sort of role.
Yeah.
He's like, look, here's the plan, right? Even though I might not be as powerful as blah blah blah, we can execute something here and there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did like it. They basically gave it like he was there to help Goten and Trunks combine.
Yeah.
And he knew the fusion technique.
Yeah.
Even the Namekian fusion. Yeah. Even the Namekian fusion is different. Oh, I did that. This harsh. You know, like we were saying about how harsh his abrasive. How harsh his personality is, right? When Vegeta goes, yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice myself by doing the what's that move called?
Final explosion.
Yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice myself to blow Majin Buu to pieces, right? It disintegrate him, even though it's like when he did it and Majin Buu did go to pieces and suddenly he didn't, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Heal from an atom, whatever. You're gonna say that.
Yeah.
He's like, before he does it, he goes to he says to Piccolo, "Do you think I'll go to the afterlife and fight Goku in heaven or something like that, right?"
Yeah.
And Piccolo's like, "Nah."
You kill people. No.
Yeah, you're an evil bastard. You're gonna be in hell.
Yeah. He's like, thought as much.
Yeah. I'm like, right, okay. Wow.
Good thing to know. Just when you're about to die, you are definitely going to hell. That's great.
Yeah.
People just like, yeah, sure, Vegeta, you're going to heaven. Wink, wink. No, no, you kill people. You're dying. You're going to hell. Oh, great.
Yeah. Oh, like wow. Yeah. How unnecessary. How unnecessary.
Yeah. Imagine if the saga didn't end there. You're like, wow. Vegeta's actually going to hell.
Yeah.
Wow. Ooh, there's no way out of that for him. Okay. Oh, great.
Yeah. Oh, it's like this guy is a joker, but at the same time, man, he's spitting truth.
Yeah. But nothing but facts.
Goku. What did you think of when he was in okay, so when did he become relevant again?
Depends if we're including GT, then going to Super, or the other way around.
Okay, let's go GT first because it might not be on canon, but it is the follow-up. It followed second. Yeah.
He became relevant in GT when he died.
Yes, that's what I was going to say as well. This guy's died so many times, right?
Yeah.
First, let's just recount the amount of times he died. So, Demon King Piccolo died, right? We're going to count that as a death.
Yeah, we count that. Yeah,
that's the initial version.
Yeah.
He reincarnated himself.
Yeah.
And then he got killed by Vegeta.
Yep.
No, was it Nappa?
Yeah, Nappa. Yeah. That's 2.
Yeah. Did he get killed by Vegeta but not? I mean, sorry, did he get killed by Frieza but not?
No, he didn't die. He survived that. So that doesn't count.
Okay. Because I thought maybe he died and... Well, technically speaking, if you're going to count Nail...
Yeah.
Even though Nail was still alive, but really basically dead. Okay, no, we're going to count that.
We'll count that. And then if we're going to include Trunks' timeline, that's 3.
Yeah, okay. No, but we won't. Well, just mainline version of Piccolo, right?
He died when Buu destroyed the Earth.
Yeah.
And then he dies in GTs to save the Earth again.
Yeah. And then he dies in Super.
Does he die in Super?
Yeah, he dies in Super. Thingamajig kills him. Frieza kills him.
Oh, does he?
Yeah. In the Resurrection F.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But then he comes back because then he go back in time and stop Frieza from...
I think they wished him back with the Dragon Balls.
Oh, it's watched.
I mean, I can't. To be fair, I did not watch it, but I read about it.
Yeah, because when I was looking for stuff for this episode, for the previous episode, like clips and stuff, I kept on finding Piccolo sacrificed himself to save Gohan and the Resurrection of FTV, the series. But I was like, what? I don't remember. Yes. But to be fair, I can't remember watching it, if I'm honest. I just remember in the movie version, he didn't die. But
yeah. Deborah kills Piccolo by turning him into stone, but I don't know if you're going to turning someone into stone actual.
No, because they come back after Deborah died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. I mean, well, yeah. Yeah, because he didn't get shattered.
No.
And then the spell went. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like you say, he died in GT. Then but there's many times he almost died as well. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Because didn't he die in GT because it was something weird. Because he went to save they was evacuating the Earth because of something.
Yeah.
And then he saved the kid, and he said, "I've got to stay on this Earth because something to the Dragon Balls."
I believe it was that, the Dragon Balls were causing the problem. Like, they made the wish that caused the problem. Basically, he said, if I stay on Earth, I die and the Dragon Balls will also die.
Yeah, and then you can get... Oh, yeah, because the original Dragon Balls, not the Dente Dragon, some stupid thing like that.
Yeah.
I just remember it being really touching that he's having his last moments with Gohan, like, telepathically.
Oh, yeah. Wait. It's the Black Star Dragon Balls.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they destroyed the planet and made the wish on or something like that. Yeah.
I believe he went to hell as well.
Yeah, he did, which doesn't make sense. But
yeah. I mean, technically speaking, if you're going to count the stuff that he did as Demon King Piccolo, but he's not. He's kind of his separate own. He's a reincarnation, but his own separate entity at the same time.
Yeah,
so really, he shouldn't.
And if they counted that, then shouldn't they count all the good stuff Kami did?
Yes, yeah.
I mean, so if anything, he'll be put in limbo because he's in between.
Yeah.
Going to hell. Yeah.
No, I think though, as combined Piccolo, merged Piccolo, or whatever, it tipped the scales more in the favor of good at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he maybe done some bad stuff, but he never did. But
he never committed genocide or anything.
So. No, exactly.
Oh, that's hilarious.
But I was kind of, I was like, when the Dragon Ball Z, a Dragon Ball Super Broly movie came out, I was like, oh yeah, maybe you get something like even in Resurrection F, like didn't we get much to do there either, right? No, Battle of the Gods especially didn't get anything to do, right? Other than saying the line. Other than his punch being blocked by chopsticks and getting thrown over, right? Like completely jabroni, right? But to be fair, Beerus is the god of destruction, right?
Yeah.
But the only other relevant thing he got in that episode was when Goku, he turned Super Saiyan God, and then he depowered to normal Super Saiyan, but he still had the abilities of Super Saiyan God or something like that. And Piccolo's like, oh no, he didn't realize he depowered down to normal Super Saiyan. And Piccolo's like, oh no, he's going to lose now because he's dropped down in power level. Yeah, and that was that, all right? And then they had him in the Resurrection F movie, and to be fair, the series as well, the anime, where him and Gohan were fighting the Frieza Force.
Yeah.
But then Frieza treat them like jabronis afterwards.
Yeah. It's Frieza.
Yeah. But I thought he was gonna get some stuff to do in Dragon Ball Broly.
I didn't for some reason. I just thought, okay, this film is gonna be just about Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, which
To be fair, I mean, So I found it funny as well how basically like, okay, so they're getting whipped by Broly. They've gone to the Arctic to fight Broly and they're getting beat up, and Piccolo's like in the mountains somewhere, just like making a telepathic link with Goku, not going, all right, well, I'm going to stand here and charge a special beam cannon and then do a sniper shot from out of nowhere, right? So I can take out the bad guy. Charge it for 5 hours or whatever it is,
Yeah.
Because you know how the longer he charges, the more powerful it is, right?
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'll sneak attack the guy. I mean, he's just trying to destroy the planet. No, I'm just going to sit here in the mountains over here and just be like, Goku, stop being a punk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to be fair, that would have done nothing to Broly. He was like, what's this annoyance?
Well, no, but I think the special beam cannon is one of them moves where you know, like Krillin's can the blade, the sword blade move, yeah, where it doesn't matter how powerful the opponent is, if it hits you, it will hurt you.
Yeah, but remember when he did that to Cell and it just did nothing to Cell's neck? He's like, little cream.
Okay, so that yes, and I will say people kind of like yes, people debate that, thinking that's kind of illogical. At the same time, Krillin's blade move did that broke against Cell as well. So it's like, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
but I will argue. Piccolo also did a special beam cannon on Gamma 2. Was it Gamma 2, yeah?
Yeah, Gamma 2.
Yeah, but short charge version and long charge version are different in power.
Yeah, but again, depends on the person's power level. It could do nothing. Wow.
Well, didn't they say that in did you see the Universe 6 tournament saga?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they said, oh, this barrier here it's strong, nothing could break it. And then what happened was, I think, so Piccolo was basically charging a special beam cannon since the beginning of this fight against Frost, which was like 5 minutes or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
And he's just dodging and using smart techniques to evade fighting, right? And then when Frost stabs him with the tranquilizer, Piccolo like locks over, but his fingers point upwards and basically destroy the the godlike undestroyable ceiling thing that that
but it's burning. Like if he did that to Jaren or Chopper, it'd be like, what is this? It's like a bee bite, and then just laugh it off.
Well, look, here's the thing. What I liked about what I thought they were doing with Piccolo was he may not be as powerful as the Saiyans leveled up to some crazy levels, right?
Yeah.
But they give him techniques that keep him on the top tier. That don't necessarily power him up, right? But make him more like capable. Okay, you charge up the special beam cannon, it can really hurt you, yeah? I thought he had that multiply technique as well.
Yeah.
But obviously, during the, if you do use the multiply technique, it quarters your power levels, or depending on how many multiples you got, right?
Yeah.
So, but, you could have done one with Piccolo where he because of his Namekian regeneration, he's able to keep them at a certain power level, like relative to his power level. And then, just stuff like that, where he's got different techniques that keep him relevant.
Yeah.
But that's not what they did.
Yeah, it's because he's not part of the main cast family, so yeah. He's not
exactly.
Me personally, I'm okay with that. I don't really know.
What did you think when they gone to the not the World Tournament Saga, what's it called? The Tournament of Power, yeah? And they basically somehow when he was like, all right, Gohan, you got to train up yourself, right? So okay. Piccolo at the Cell Saga was about Super Saiyan 1 level ish. Depending on depending on which Super Saiyan you're talking about, but he's in that power range somewhere, yeah.
I'll say maybe even higher, but yeah.
Higher than Super Saiyan level 1.
Well, I'll say the whole Ascended Saiyan and stuff. I'll say.
Oh right, gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So I think between this and the through the end of that, the Cell Saga, all the way to the beginning of Tournament of Power, he was like Super Saiyan. Not quite 2, right? Not quite Super Saiyan level 2.
No.
Because I think after you train with Gohan, and he's like, oh yeah, my power now is equal to your Super Saiyan level 2, but I know you got ultimate form, But I like it when he had this scuffle with Gohan to teach him the back into the potential unleashed ways.
Yeah.
And Gohan chopped up his arm, yeah. And Piccolo's like, and he's selling it, yeah. And then Gohan's like, I'm sorry, or how he's like, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know what came over me, yeah. And then Piccolo's floating hand just blasts Gohan from behind, and he's like, always watch your back. And I was like, this guy.
You're a douche. Yeah, but it
no.
makes sense.
I was like, this is amazing because it's like, how can you get your detached hand to fire a beam, yeah?
Yeah.
But it's like, but I also like, if he is a smart fire, that's the things you should allow him to. If you're going to frame him that way, that's the stuff he should be able to be doing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But they got him to Super Saiyan level 2, I think, roughly. To make him. But then it's like, everyone else in this tournament, like, if he's only at Super Saiyan level 2, and Goku's at Super Saiyan Blue, and everyone else is, in this tournament is a bit fluctuating in between that, you know, it's like, how much is he going to be capable of doing? And I think he got jobbed out, by the way, in the Tournament of Power.
Like, as much as I love the Tournament of Power, there's lots of problems with it, in my opinion. Like, Master Roshi, for one, being on their team, dude's not that strong, but somehow he's able to handle some of these people way stronger than him from different universes. Things like that are like, none of this science-wise makes sense.
Let me ask you about that, by the way. You know, in the manga version, Master Roshi used a lower tier level, way lower tier level of Ultra Instinct.
Huh? Okay.
Oh, you don't know? Okay, you don't know about this, right?
No.
Let me give you a quick lowdown.
All right.
So he's like, and this one made more sense to me, by the way, than Goku getting out of nowhere. Even though you could disagree, yeah.
Yeah.
So Master Roshi's like, so he's in the Tournament of Power, and he's like to Goku, I've still got more tricks up my sleeve, but let me show you something. I haven't perfected, but maybe you can, maybe I'll help you, during if you know how to, how like Master Roshi did spent years doing the Kamehameha, and Goku just mastered it in like the 2 minutes he saw him after he done it, right?
Yeah.
So basically like that, right? And then he's like, these bunch of jabronis trying to attack Master Roshi. He dodges them all, and then he runs up to Jiren. And Jiren's like, I'm just gonna backfist this guy because it's like nothing compared to me.
Yeah.
And Master Roshi dodges a couple of Jiren's moves, and then gets hit. But I was like, right, fair enough. By the way, using what you kind of set up as Ultra Instinct to dodge jabronis, right? But when you go to Jiren, I don't think you could be dodging him. Look at his power level. Unless he's like we were saying before with Jiren, he just sit down and meditate and then use whatever he needs to. He's like, well, I'm going to just use the very minimum power I need to take out this guy.
Yeah.
But that's how Goku, he sees that, and then he kind of like that's how he gets to do his Ultra Instinct, right? The other 2 years, obviously, there's no foreshadowing. There's only like foreshadowing 2 seconds before he does it.
Yeah.
But What I think what they did with Piccolo in Dragon Ball Super Superhero, basically almost like a Piccolo movie, right? But they power him up to potential Unleash Piccolo, and then Orange Piccolo. And do you think he's going to get more relevancy later on, or do you think he got these forms just to sell more toys?
Nah, that's someone's toys. But I don't know. They probably done it to kind of bring freshen up Piccolo, I reckon, because he hasn't done much. So, like, you know what? People like him. We like him, I guess.
I mean, it's kind of tricky because, like, he gets a power up on his power up in the same movie. So I was like, okay. And at least when they were like, okay, people are Super Saiyans or Kaioken or whatever, right?
Yeah.
There was a time limit to, or they couldn't go above a certain threshold because it would damage them, right? And then they could use, for some reason, they could use Super Saiyan for like 10, 20 episodes in a row, yeah? But, there always was, quote unquote, the danger of the stamina drain, which they decided light power levels was irrelevant after a while.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering why wouldn't he just change to Orange Piccolo straight up during a fight? But I guess they might say I don't know, you can't use that Orange Piccolo form forever, or for too much of an extended amount.
I say that might be a thing, but then I reckon what they'll probably do, like they kind of did with the Super Saiyan thing, that they will try and he'll figure out a way to stay in the form longer, and then spend a day in it, and then they can just he could be that form all the time. Yeah,
and then potential Unleashed Piccolo is pointless, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. A bit like how Super Saiyans were. Super Saiyan was irrelevant after Super Saiyan Blue, and they didn't even use Super Saiyan God that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, all right, well, we're just gonna jump to Super Saiyan Blue straight from the get.
But that's another thing with like Dragon Ball in general that annoys me. Like you just basically said, like it's bits of the Tournament of Power where Goku or Vegeta will be like Super Saiyan, and then there'll be Super Saiyan Blue, and back and forth like, why just stay in the most powerful form?
Yeah, and I know they address. They say, "Oh, it's the stamina drain," right? They yeah. But you're telling me, right, that you could go fight in like the Future Trunks saga or whatever and be in Super Saiyan Blue for X amount of episodes, and then you can't stay in Super Saiyan Blue for the episodes of this 45-minute, by the way, quote unquote, this 45-minute Tournament of Power.
Yeah.
Even though it was like really what?
Like 6 hours?
Yeah. Would you have found it better if they just basically said it's the last, it'll be a last man standing one?
Yeah, would make more sense.
Because I think they were like, okay, it had to be a time limit because there has to be a winner, right?
Yeah.
This can't go on forever. And I suppose you could say that, but you you'd be like, all right, well, there will be a time when does Zeno say, the time there's Zeno will let you know if when there's an hour left because they're getting bored, whatever, right?
Yeah.
At least you can have it take as long as it needs to until all that. But even then, right, like you're saying, Goku switching from normal to Super Saiyan 3 to God.
Yeah.
To Blue.
Yeah.
To Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Super Saiyan 3 again.
Yeah.
Blue again. Ultra Instinct, and it's like, all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I suppose, and all in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So.
Apparently.
Yeah.
That's why none of this made sense.
When you're watching it, by the way, when they said that Piccolo was a Namekian, when they started introducing the aliens, yeah, you think that was like that made more sense?
Yeah, it made more sense.
Because like in early Dragon Ball, everything was meant to be Earth based, kind of.
Yeah.
Ish.
Kind of.
Like how'd you get green skin people and then dudes with tails? Yeah, okay, I suppose because you got walking dogs and
that's kind of like more viable.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Green skin aliens and special tubs that can contain them. It's weird rubbish.
But yeah, no. Are you looking forward to the return of Dragon Ball Super so you can see how they're going to keep Piccolo relevant?
Yeah, I reckon he'll probably get another form if I'm honest.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Or you reckon it's not going to power up the orange form? Oh no! When you say that, right? What level do you reckon? Okay, what level do you reckon potential Unleashed Piccolo was relative to?
Probably Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because Super Saiyan 3 is equal to potential Unleashed Gohan, right?
Yeah.
And potential Unleashed Gohan only had no stamina drain, so he could stay in that form for longer, which is why it was better than Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah.
But Gohan was destroying Gamma Gamma 1 in Super Saiyan 3.
Yeah, because I think he went to a next level of that.
Okay.
Like, I reckon like he's probably at that point he's probably the highest he can go at that level.
Oh, okay. We're saying there's Super Saiyan. Okay, there's there's tiers of it, right?
Yeah.
So within that category, there's okay. There's a minimum and an upper level max. Okay,
yeah,
fair enough. Okay.
And then, quote unquote, Beast Gohan, I would say is equivalent of like Super Saiyan Blue, or maybe actually no, higher than that.
It should. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Because if he's going to be equal or relative to the Saiyans, he's got to go to Ultra Instinct / Ultra Ego, right? But that means Beast skips God and Blue.
Yeah. And
he didn't fight anyone on that level that could. I mean, unless you're going to say to me, Cell Max was that level.
He could have been.
Should be. Well, they should have said, by the way, then Cell Max contains DNA of like Beerus or something like that, right?
I don't know, because I think that's what it mean. Because like, where would they got Beerus's DNA from?
Yeah, where would they get Frieza's? Oh no, I was going to say where they get Frieza's DNA from, but that was like, he was on planet. He got destroyed. Yeah. Well, no, he got turned into dust. How did they get Frieza's DNA?
The same way. I'm trying to remember how they explain it in Resurrection F.
Yeah, but I would also say, even if, say, for example, they got a bit of Beerus's DNA and put it into Cell, right? You could just say it got diluted from the rest of with all the other combination stuff. So it wasn't like pure Beerus. Yeah, like DNA, just like a smidgen of his, a certain amount of his capabilities.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, okay. Where would you say Orange Piccolo stands at?
I'll say Orange Piccolo will stand at Super Saiyan God.
Yeah.
Not Super Saiyan God Blue or Super Saiyan Blue, just Super Saiyan God.
Okay, that does make sense to me.
Because like he was strong and everything, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
Super strong like Gohan was or anything.
Would you have preferred them to be Would you have preferred at the end of Dragon Ball Super if it was Piccolo Orange, Beast Gohan, just double teaming Cell?
Nah.
No, you prefer Piccolo being a bit more the Ricky Morton.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay. Because
it'd
be nice for me if, for example, if there was like Gohan Beast and Orange Piccolo just basically double teaming the hell out of Cell at the end there.
Like the reason why I don't like that because like. Basically, most of the films or anything, it's always been like Goku and Vegeta doing it to someone. So it's kind of like it's different that one person beat this person.
It's true. But because most of the film was a Piccolo movie, it'd have been like, I need to have the guy finish it as well. Somewhere in the finish of it. Well, no, I mean, to be fair, he was, but he was getting beat up during and given the hot tag to finish it. But yeah, you're excited to see what happens next with the guy.
I'm excited.
I wonder what happens when Goku and Vegeta return from the Beerus and Whis' planet and say, Piccolo, he's got a new form. Yeah.
It's like Goku was saying. Oh, you idiot.
But do you reckon when they restart Super, they're just going to be like, they're going to restart it after that conversation, or do you reckon they're just going to have that conversation during do you think at some point in Dragon Ball Super when it comes back he's going to turn to Orange Piccolo and Goku be like, when did you be able to do that? Or do you reckon be like, oh yes, Piccolo, yes, this as though he's seen the form before during some of that year break or whatever it is?
Yeah, it'll be like, oh, I see you've got a new form, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Sweep on the rug, yeah, awesome. All right.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, or only other thing they might do, I reckon, and it's me, I think it'd be lazy if they did this. If they did what they did with Battle of the Gods and Resurrection of F, where they just kind of retell it in the series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope they don't do that because it's stupid.
Yeah.
At this point.
Well, I mean, they have to do something. They have to. But I mean, they should do like a little recap of something. But then again, they might just assume that people have watched the movies and the movies are canon, Not like
they should at
Resurrection
this point,
F.
because like the movies have made like millions in like box office, so they should kind of realize, people have watched them, so we don't need to repeat this again, you know.
Yeah, because Battle of Gods and Resurrection F were Dragon Ball Z movies, not Dragon Ball Super movies.
Yeah, so I guess they might not do it for this one then.
As it's meant to be canon,
movie.
right?
Yeah. Because Broly was a Dragon Ball Super movie as well, wasn't it? So they won't. Hopefully they won't do that.
Do you think the orange color is? I mean, does it look when you think about it now, right? Does the orange color look a bit off key to you about? Because look, I'm gonna say this, right? So he starts off as Demon King Piccolo's green, dark green, right? Normal Piccolo's green. When he goes Potential Unleashed, he goes to a lighter green.
Yeah.
So if he was yellow, like some tone of yellow, I don't want to say gold, but I guess they don't want to do that because the Saiyans are golden and Golden Frieza as well. They would have been a bit too like on the nose on it. Like now he's gone yellow as well, like supersonic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I suppose orange is but I think it's like orange is a bit weird color for
it is
because he wasn't lighting up in that direction. If the Potential Unleashed Piccolo was like orangey green and then he went full orange, fair enough. But if they use the Potential Unleashed form as a mid color to transition to the final color, I think that would have made a bit more sense.
Yeah, but I think this did orange to like stand out, I guess.
Yeah, and he does down.
Yeah. With his strong jawline as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say, what do you think of the Hulk up look of it?
Hilarious. I like it. It's funny.
I mean, I was like, he's just walking like a mass monster as they do in bodybuilding. Fair enough. Yeah.
But I'm waiting to see what comes next.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoyed it. I do enjoy the character, and like I said before, I mean, wish they did more with him, but now they are seeming like they're going to do stuff with him. So good with Gohan as well. Yeah. And now we have to wait for Gohan and Trunks to be a bit more useful.
Yeah, they should get their own little thing.
Yeah, like a little, even if it's a TV movie or something. I don't say TV movie, but what I mean is like, don't have to be big budget animation where they just need their own, not little saga or something, but they just need something, right, to give them a little bit of a boost to relevancy. Yeah,
so they can have their epic moment where they get a new transformation.
Yeah. Or they combined new transformation because that's the way they seem to be going.
More likely it's gonna be that way. Yeah.
Because look how silly the power levels are getting now, right?
Yeah.
The only way they were relevant before was because of their fusion, and then so I think they're going to be always the guys that fuse to get to these power levels, but fusion power levels. Because fusion multipliers are quite powerful.
Yeah.
So. That's fair enough. Do you think, by the way, Dente might? Do you think Piccolo and Dente might confuse at one point?
I hope not.
No, it would be a bit weird, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just keep Dente as he is.
Yeah. But no, I don't think they get to the point where they're so desperate that they need Piccolo to power up again, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, let's fuse him with Dente. No. What power level has Dente got? He got nothing.
Nothing, yeah. I think the only thing next I think they could really do is probably introduce Oob as well.
Oh yeah, that'd be something.
Yeah.
We'll see how they try to keep the end of the canon, maybe?
Yeah, because we know he exists, but we'll see.
Yeah.
What they do with him, 'cause they might just change him as well, to be fair.
Do you reckon what they're going to do is say the end of Z isn't relevant and just is non-canon, or they're going to say it's canon to that saga of Z of Dragon Ball, but this is also a branching timeline of that? I don't know, because
I don't know.
The closer they come to the end of Z, the more it seems like it may not be the same.
Yeah. Because like the only thing really they've kept from the end of Z is that Pan is a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everything else.
And Oob will come out somewhere, and then Goku will just basically disappear, keep away from his family for X amount of 10 plus years, and go. Yeah, I'm just gonna.
They might not do that, because it's kind of silly now.
Yeah. Well, no, they could do it, but then they just retcon it. Like they do it, and they'd be like, "Oh well, hi boys, I'm back." Just like nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Yeah, I had to go off to train this guy, but now I'm back to the fans.
Or they could just, instead of like going off train, like, "Hey, ooh, come live with us," and then it's kind of easier. Then
yeah, where it's the same, but it's not the same. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Because like realistically, Goten's old enough. He doesn't really need his dad at this. Well, he's about 13 at this point, I think, isn't it?
Well, Goten was living 7 years without his dad already, right?
Yeah. So what's another 4? You know.
yeah. And we're like we said, exactly how good of a dad is Goku anyway? He's just going off to fight and then beating up his own son.
Yeah.
His quote unquote favorite son, right?
Yeah. You know, many years of the neglect of him as well. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Worst horror ever.
Oh dear. All right. Okay. So I think that'll be us closing up this episode of.
Yep. In conclusion.
Yeah.
Piccolo good.
Yes. Good character. I think I actually had really good character development.
Yep.
But I think he was also the template of, I can make this guy good, and then they like bad guy to a good guy.
Yep.
And then they repeated it a bit. They repeated it for Frieza. Sorry, for Vegeta.
Yeah.
But they also did kind of repeat it for Frieza. But he still then was like, "Nah, I'm full on heel." Yeah. I'm gonna go back to my ways.
Because they kind of did it with the androids as well. Well,
yeah.
Well, they weren't really that bad anyway. In this timeline, anyway, they weren't really that bad. So you can kind of get around it.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't redeem Cell.
No. Well, to be fair, he was designed to fight Goku. So, you know, I suppose he might have been like a Terminator, like a T-800 in Terminator Dark Fate. After he killed Goku, he'd be like,
"What do I do?"
Yeah, exactly. What do I do in my life? I'll just hang out with the.
Yeah, like, well,
with the Sun family and the Capsule. No, they were trying to fight him.
You're like, well, I did kill your friends and everything in the planet, but can we get them now?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I think they could have done that with What's His Face, and it kind of would have worked. Android 16.
Well,
because I remember his whole thing was to kill Goku. He couldn't fight anyone else.
But yeah, I suppose, and then you could get Bulma to decommission him. Yeah. Because he'd have been like wandering the wastelands of what planet are they on?
I think.
Yeah, they'd be just wandering the wastelands of Earth, thinking what to do with the rest of his life. Yeah.
That definitely would be Terminator Dark Fate. Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets a wife, and he opens up a bug killing fact. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Pest control company, and just drink beers.
Yeah.
And then one day, Bulma will come and find him and say, "We need your help." Yeah. And then he'll go and fight an evil future version android in a factory and die. Just be really rethinking Terminator Dark Fate.
Yeah.
Movie I did like, but carry on. Yeah. Piccolo good.
Yeah. So we're signing off. I am Gohan's true daddy, CY Chung.
And I am the guy who left a 4-year-old to fend in a jungle by himself. And also destroying the moon because he turned to monkey, Carl Charles.
Also, you chopped off a T-Rex's tail to feed to that kid. Yeah. A giant tail steak, by the way. But okay, first of all, they did that, right? And then you say the T-Rex is knocked out, right?
Yeah.
I know it's comedy, but the T-Rex is knocked out. Okay. He wakes up and he looks at his tail and it's gone, right? And then you see the massive steak over the fire that they're cooking, right?
Yeah.
But you see the red slice, yeah, where his meat was, and you see the white bit where his bone was, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not bled out. Did they just they cauterize the wound? But then why does it look like that? Why is it a clean slice?
Makes no sense.
No, exactly.
No sense.
Yeah.
Nil sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. And then Gohan goes again and cuts a guy's tail off and it grows back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for listening to us speak about Piccolo. Was you a fan of Piccolo and his many adventures through Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, GT, and Super? Let us know. What's your favorite Piccolo moments? Do you really think that he is Gohan's true dad? Which I do believe that. Let us know in the comment section below if you're watching us on YouTube, or leave us a tweet, an Instagram message, all that lovely stuff. Links for all our social media stuff in the description as well. And until next time, guys, thank you for taking a trip with us around the multiverse. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Piccolo! Leave now! I can take care of this bully by myself until my dad gets here.
What? Okay, brat! You die!
Was that you?
You! I'll kill you! Gohan, no! No!
Till now, training you was out of vengeance. You're worthy enough to be my opponent. It's changed. No matter what happens to you, Gohan, I will always be there to protect you.
Piccolo?
It's okay, kid.
No, you can't be hurt, Piccolo. You just can't. We need you.
I'm not gonna make it. It's up to you. It's ironic, isn't it? After all my years of training to defeat your father, I'd go out like this, trying to save you, his son.
Piccolo?
Gohan, you're the only real friend that I've ever had. I want to thank you. I still remember the first day I brought you here. You're small, helpless. You've changed so much since then. The harder things got, the more determined you became, the more dangers you faced, stronger you grew as a warrior. I know I was hard on you. It was for your own good. You're like the son I never had. I'm proud of you. Goodbye, my friend.